Hey, what's up guys? This is Brian at WhisperStatus74. Welcome to the community, welcome to the channel. The first time you were seeing me, please consider liking and subscribing. This is my first look and thoughts of the Sony 900H. You're seeing the prices compared to last year's Sony 950G. We are in Best Buy. The reason why I want to compare these two is it's always great to compare pricing between a 2020 and a 2019 model. You'll also see a gaming montage, which is from the actual 950H from this year as well. And the reason why I want to have that up in the background is simply because its picture quality and HDMI 2.1 is the big conversation in regards to the 900H. It is being touted as Sony's gaming display. There are two people on the channel, Lee Darley, a longtime community member, and Lisa, the Pitbull Bambina. Shout out to both of them. They both have the Sony 900H and they are very, very happy with it. Please hit them up if they have channels, follow them back to their channels and subscribe, and ask them any questions that you might have. They're both very happy with their displays, and shout out to both Lee and Lisa. Now, my thoughts on the 900H is going to be a little bit all over the place. We're going to show that in a second. This footage is from the 950H, and you'll see it compared to the CX. I will always put picture quality before specifications in regards to HDMI 2.1 and what it will provide. Why I'm not happy with Sony's lineup this year is having the 950H as their flagship 4K model without HDMI 2.1, then putting the 900H in there somewhere as their mid display, which also has great picture quality but adds HDMI 2.1. It puts a lot of you guys in a very weird spot on which one to choose. Meaning some of you aren't choosing the new 950H, and you're also not considering last year's 950G or Z9F because of the lack of HDMI 2.1, not to mention the A9G, the A8H, or any of the other OLEDs, which might have better picture quality due to gaming performance, whether it's campaign-driven games such as Forza, Horizon Zero Dawn, Red Dead, Gears of War, which you're seeing here. A lot of you guys are looking at this as a gaming display, which is fine. It's being positioned there, but just try and keep in mind that picture quality, at least for me, will always come first. If you want the best possible gaming performance, a monitor would be much more affordable and probably serve your purposes a little bit better. The 900H, you can get a lot of the specifications and its numbers from ratings.com as far as their peak brightness, its input lag. Like a lot of Sony's before it, it has a very good response time, excellent for gaming in terms of blur or judder. It has a pretty decent SDR peak brightness of around 493 nits. It has an okay peak brightness of 739 nits for HDR, but more importantly, its contrast ratio is extremely high, which is great for overall picture quality. Now here we are in the showroom looking at the 900H. We're looking at the prices here. At 75 inches, you have $2,199. 55 is $999. $1,299 for 65, and 85 is $27.99. Now the topic I want to talk most about with the 900H is going to be its value. Its value, also having HDMI 2.1, and if you like that Sony picture quality, that very natural, realistic image, this is going to be the display to choose. Sony is known for its very accurate picture quality. That's the A9G next to it and the 950G above it. It's known for its accurate picture quality, its accurate colors, its more lifelike colors versus some of the cartoony picture quality from other manufacturers that a lot of you guys don't like. It has a very nice design. It is sturdy. I'm not sure if the legs, I don't think the legs can be switched around. They look like they're in a fixed position. It is medium thickness. It does have 4 HDMI ports. We'll look at the back. It is rumored that only 3 and 4 are HDMI 2.1. Some have said they're all HDMI 2.1. Very nice picture quality. It takes the place of Sony's 800 series from last year, but I'm glad that the 900H has full array local dimming. It does have a very, very nice image. And when you see the Sony logo come back up, you don't see a lot of blooming from it. Minimalist design, does have a small bezel from the front. And again, thickness is average for full array. Sony's also always known for their motion and fast pixel response, making it excellent for gaming. Keep in mind also, in terms of gaming, Sony, in my opinion, has the very best looking game mode out of the box. They don't disable their local dimming or anything like that. You're going to see here when the Sony words come up, there isn't a lot of blooming. And that's something that we always want to see. Sturdy legs, again, they're not angled, so I imagine you can't flip them in or out. They can't be adjusted like the AAH. Looking at the back, we're going to show you where the HDMI inputs are located here in the bottom. Now, ARC is there. It is promised, again, updated for Dolby Atmos and DTS:X. It isn't right now. And that's my biggest issue with what's happening with the 900. It's plastic. The 900H is, a lot of its performance HDMI 2.1 specifications are promised. So promised to me means at least variable refresh rate. I don't know if it'll have G-Sync. Definitely, probably won't have G-Sync, or FreeSync or FreeSync Premium. So that's my really only issue about purchasing this display is, will those features show up? Like last year's 950G, it's going to get a lot of competition for displays that cost the same from Vizio, TCL, and Hisense that have higher specs in terms of number of zones and much higher peak brightness on the Vizio, which is nearly 3,000 nits. But like the 950G last year, it falls into that category where people want Sony. It really is the only choice. And even more narrow this year, it's the only choice for gaming in regards to HDMI 2.1. Gaming on the 950H for me for the last 4 months, it has been excellent. I've really enjoyed it. It's capped at 4K 60, which nobody should have a real problem with. It's amazing. Looking at the prices again here. But Sony has put us all in this very weird spot of which to choose. It doesn't have 1440p at 120, which if it's going to be a gaming monitor, it really should. It also comes at 55, 65, 75, and 85. I really think they should have had a 49-inch version of this display if it's going to be an affordable monitor. Again, you're going for Sony's look and its picture quality. But for many of you, consider the 950G from last year, as the price difference is only a few $100s. At some sizes. It does get more expensive the higher you go. If you hit up Lee and Lisa in the comments, we have a very helpful community here. Ask them any questions. I'd rather have you ask people that have the display and are happy with it. Lisa also has a Twitch channel, I believe, or she has a channel on YouTube where she plays games, and she is loving the 900H. Sony does make me nervous with their updating of HDMI 2.1. The Z9G has HDMI 2.1. I'm not sure they will update that with variable refresh rate or FreeSync. But I was impressed with the picture quality from what I saw in store, and it is a very solid choice. I'm just not a huge fan of them not putting HDMI 2.1 on the other displays in the lineup, especially the AAH. So this year has been a little bit hard in terms of not only what's happening in the world where we can't see the displays, but comparing them to last year, I wouldn't dismiss last year's models from any manufacturer due to HDMI 2.1. I personally don't think that it's that big a feature. If you game at 4K 60, you'll be very pleased with anything from Sony, both last year, this year, and even the year before. Do I like the display? I do. I think it's an excellent display. I think it's a good mid-tier display. I personally wouldn't choose it only in the terms of I like a higher peak brightness on an LED. And HDMI 2.1, it'd be secondary to me. But it is an excellent value. I think it's better than the 800 series from last year due to the full array local dimming. It is a VA panel, not an IPS panel. So I think it's very interesting. But I would always go, guys, for picture quality first, obviously value, very important, and promise specifications later. I'd put that third. I do like the display. I do think it looks really nice. excellent response time, things that we've spoken about for gaming. I would like to see a few gaming features there right now. You guys want me to get this in here to test. I will bring it in to test when it has those features for me to test as far as HDMI 2.1. All right, guys, first look at the 900H. I will see you in the comments. Thank you as always. Take care.